Let's talk about money and asylum lawyers. If you're considering hiring an asylum lawyer, you know that there are lots of considerations that come into play in deciding who to go with. But I want to address today one that many people don't really want to talk about: money. Specifically, I want to caution you about hiring a cheap asylum lawyer. Listen, I know there are competing interests here and that getting great representation costs a lot, but given just how important this case is, I'm convinced that you should not go with an asylum lawyer just because they're cheaper than other lawyers. And in fact, I think low fees are a red flag. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons that you should not go with a cheap asylum lawyer. I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. So there's an old adage that you get what you pay for, and while that doesn't hold true across the board, there is some truth there. And in my experience, based on what I saw as an immigration officer with the government, and now as an asylum attorney, the cheaper lawyers out there represent a huge risk for you, especially considering that there's so much riding on your immigration case. So here are 5 reasons why you should not hire a cheap asylum lawyer. First, risk of inexperience. Cheaper lawyers may lack the experience required to navigate complex immigration laws and processes. Many lawyers feel like they have to charge low fees when they're just starting out or haven't really established themselves as a true expert. They think it's necessary to attract more clients. With more experience and an established brand, well, attorney fees usually go up. The problem is that inexperienced immigration lawyers may have a limited understanding of the legal system and the nuances of asylum law, which could lead to mistakes in your application or in other aspects of the representation, like when it's time to prepare you for your hearing or interview. Okay, the second reason you should not hire a cheap asylum lawyer: lack of specialized knowledge. You see, specialists usually charge more. Think about it. An appointment with a brain surgeon costs way more than a checkup with your family's general practitioner doctor, right? Why? Well, the kind of expertise that comes with specialization is valued in the marketplace. Professionals with specialized training or a uniquely helpful background and who are laser focused on a complex niche charge more. And you see, asylum law is a very specialized field. A lawyer with unique, valuable experience in that realm and who focuses exclusively on it is likely to charge a premium. So if you're seeing bargain bin type fees, then you're probably dealing with a generalist, someone who's not homed in on a highly specialized area of immigration law practice. And the absence of specialized knowledge can lead to subpar legal advice and potentially unsuccessful outcomes. By the way, if you want to maximize your chances for asylum success, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you don't miss the insights that I share on this channel. Okay, next up, number 3, lower quality of service. A lower fee can indicate limited services. Cheaper lawyers may handle a high volume of cases to compensate for lower fees, spreading themselves too thin. And a high caseload can lead to less time spent on each individual case, diminishing the lawyer's attention to detail. Important aspects of your case might be overlooked due to the lawyer's divided attention. And moreover, you risk a lack of personalized care, which is crucial for asylum cases. And that takes us to number 4 on our list of why you should not hire a cheap asylum lawyer: communication and accessibility issues. Cost cutting can affect a lawyer's availability and the quality of client communication. Cheaper lawyers are more likely to have their attention spread too thin on too many cases and are less likely to have the support and infrastructure in their law firm to be responsive to you and give you the time that you deserve. They might not be as responsive to emails or phone calls, leaving you without guidance, and they might not allocate time for thorough discussions or to answer your questions in depth. And a lack of communication can lead to misunderstandings about your case and anxiety for you about the process. It can also just be frustrating trying to get in touch with a lawyer who is spread too thin. All right, we're ready for the 5th reason that you really don't want to go with a cheap asylum lawyer: potential for hidden costs. An initially low fee might not include all the services required, leading to unexpected additional costs. So you might end up paying more in the long run as complications arise that are not covered under the basic fee. But there's another kind of additional cost that's even more significant: having to pay a second lawyer to clean up the mess made by the cheap lawyer. Many people hire my law firm after realizing that their cheaper attorney just wasn't up to the task, or after they lose their asylum case and have to appeal. But those fees that they paid to their prior attorney don't somehow get credited to my attorney fees. So the person is paying twice, unfortunately. Don't let this happen to you. Get it done right the first time. Asylum is complex. Putting together a great asylum case is hard. It takes tons of time and effort. You can't do that if you're charging just a few $1,000s per case. I've seen lawyers charge $3,000 for asylum cases. There's no way, in my view, that this is a sustainable business practice, or at least not one that allows the attorney to give each case the attention it deserves. So while I'm not saying that you need to find the most expensive lawyer out there, I do urge you to dispense with the notion that cheaper is the way to go. This is your future we're talking about. This case has implications for your safety and for your future in America. Go with a lawyer whose pricing reflects a seriousness in allocating the time and resources to your case that you deserve. If you're ready to take the next step and get help with your asylum case, then call my office today. That number is 713-352-1593. And remember, we help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you live. So call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can help you secure your future in America through asylum. I'm Brian Manning. It's an honor to serve you in your asylum journey.